Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk about some news coming out of the peninsula. Some good news for a change. Good-ish. It's not great news. We're not like throwing a party or anything. But there is reason for hope, which is, that's a nice change. Okay. So, if you remember not too long ago, the Biden administration decided it was going to review some Trump-era deals involving us supplying certain equipment to different countries. One of the things the Biden administration decided to do was no longer supply offensive equipment to Saudi Arabia for their campaign there on the peninsula. At the time, a lot of people criticized it and said that, well, we're still supplying them. We're supplying them defensive stuff, and maybe it'll be, used both ways. And there was a lot of criticism of it, as if it didn't go far enough. The Saudis have now offered a peace deal. They have offered a peace deal dealing with Yemen. It's not a good deal. It's not going to be accepted. I'm 95% sure it won't be accepted. It is not a... It does not go far enough. However, it's a start. Saudi Arabia is kind of on its heels there. They have lost one of their major suppliers. The UAE has pulled out, kind of. Support is not what it once was. So peace is on the table. But the deal they offered really, it's more like a ceasefire that might kind of eventually lead to a peace. It's not enough to motivate the opposition. So, what's going to happen? Most likely, it's going to become more intense. There's probably going to be short-term escalation as both sides attempt to strengthen their hand before they actually sit down to talk and actually try to work out a real peace deal. For the first time in half a decade, though, peace actually appears possible, like something that could happen within a year. That's really good. If you don't know about the situation there, it is bad. It's really bad, and it's been bad for a long time. And a whole lot of it, to be super clear on this, is the fault of the United States, because we did for a long time provide the support, the equipment, the logistics, the intelligence to make it bad. I don't want to go through the whole thing, but basically it turned into a Saudi-Iranian proxy conflict. Because of that, the U.S. thought it had interests, and a whole bunch of innocent people got caught in the crossfire. Now, with Biden's new foreign policy, his plan to bring Iran out, we can't appear oppositional. So all of this has to wind down. Biden has made it a pillar of his foreign policy in the Middle East to end this conflict. I would imagine the U.S. government has put substantial pressure on the Saudi government to issue this first peace proposal, even though, to be clear, it is absolute garbage. It isn't. It does not go far enough. It's not a real peace deal, but it's the starting point to get to real talks. The bad news is that until that happens, both sides will intensify their efforts so they have a stronger hand at the negotiating table. At this point, Saudi Arabia is probably going to end up in the weaker position when they finally get to the table. But that's subject to a lot of the fog of war type stuff. There's a whole lot of stuff that could happen. But, takeaway, there is a slim glimmer of hope that that conflict can finally be brought to an end. Anyway, It's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.